The sun does not chase shadows, yet every shadow trembles in its presence. Your enemies thought they could move in the dark, but the light always exposes what was meant to stay hidden. They plotted, whispered and schemed, thinking their attacks would break you. They threw their best shots, convinced that their lies, betrayals and manipulations would leave you shattered. But instead of falling, you became untouchable. And that's what haunts them now, the realization that nothing they did could stop what was destined to rise. The truth is, they never hated you for what you did. They hated you for who you are. They saw in you what they could never become, an unstoppable force, a presence that cannot be ignored, a chosen one whose power does not bow to the weak. That's why they fought so hard to destroy you, not because they were strong, but because they were desperate. A drowning man will claw at anything to stay afloat, even if it means pulling others under with him. That's what your enemies are, drowning in their own jealousy, suffocating under the weight of their own lies, grasping at you in hopes that they can drag you down with them. But they failed, and now they are sinking alone. Before we go deeper into the reckoning that is unfolding, take a moment, like this video, subscribe, and comment with the number 777 below. Every time you engage, you signal the system that this message must be spread. This is how we rise. This is how the chosen ones gather. This is how we take back our power. Your enemies are restless. The ones who tried to break you are now the ones being broken. They can feel it, the shift, the weight of their own actions coming full circle. The same weapons they used against you are now piercing their own hands. The traps they set for you, they're caught in them now. Every whisper of doubt, every slanderous lie, every attack they launched, it is all returning and they can't stop it. You don't need revenge. You don't need to fight them. You just need to watch, because the universe is already moving. You were never just another person to them. You were a force, a disruption to their illusions, a reminder of everything they lack. That's why they obsess over you, why they stalk you in silence, why they still mention your name when you haven't spoken theirs in ages. Because no matter how much they pretend to be above you, you are still the ghost in their mind, the weight on their chest, the fire that refuses to burn out. The power of a chosen one isn't just in what you do, it's in who you are, and that's something they can never take away. Your very existence exposes them. When you walk into a room, their insecurities rise to the surface. When you succeed, their failures feel heavier. When you move forward, they are forced to face the reality that they are stuck. That's why they tried to destroy you, because seeing you thriving, untouched, unshaken was a nightmare they couldn't escape. They thought if they could silence you, they could silence their own shortcomings. But you were never meant to be quiet. You were meant to be a storm. And now, the same people who threw dirt on your name are watching their own reputations crumble. The ones who laughed at your struggle are now struggling to hold themselves together. That's the thing about karma. It doesn't just take back what was stolen, it delivers full justice. The energy they sent out is returning tenfold, and they are powerless to stop it. So let them run, let them scramble, let them act like they don't see what's happening. But deep down, they know. They feel it. The storm they sent your way has changed direction, and now it's coming straight for them. The universe keeps perfect score, and their debt? It's time to collect. So, are you ready to witness karma strike with precision, to see every enemy fall under the weight of their own deception? This is not just a message, it's a reckoning. Drop a comment below with the number 777 if you can feel the shift. Now, let's break it down step by step. Trust me, if you are truly chosen, you won't look away. Let's begin. Number 1. A snake always returns to its own venom. Watch them choke. The hand that throws poison always forgets. The wind does not take sides, and when it blows back, the poisoner will taste their own death. They thought they were untouchable, thought they could whisper in the shadows, manipulate from behind the curtain, weave lies so carefully that no one would ever see the strings they were pulling. They slithered through life, smooth-talking, deceiving, convinced that their venom would only harm those they aimed at. But venom does not discriminate. The one who carries it the longest is always the first to be destroyed. And now, they're choking on their own poison. Their lies are crumbling, their fake personas are cracking, their power is slipping like sand through their fingers. The same deceit they built their world upon is now the weight that drags them under. Look at them, panicking, scrambling, trying to cover their tracks, trying to rewrite the past. But karma does not negotiate. A snake may strike first, but in the end, it always circles back to its own tail. You, chosen one, were never their real target. They were fighting their own reflection. They saw something in you that exposed everything they weren't. Your strength made their weakness unbearable. Your truth made their lies harder to maintain. Your presence alone forced them to face the reality they spent years running from. That's why they hated you. That's why they betrayed you. Because people who live in deception cannot stand to be near someone who moves in truth. Think about history. How many times have the greatest minds, the strongest souls, the most unbreakable forces been attacked by the very people who should have learned from them? Julius Caesar was stabbed by those he trusted. Nelson Mandela was imprisoned by those who feared his influence. Jesus was betrayed with a kiss. And yet, where are their betrayers now? Forgotten. Dust. Meanwhile, their names live on, untouchable, eternal. And you wonder why they attack you, why they watch you so closely, why they put so much effort into bringing you down. Because your existence is a mirror they can't avoid. They see you rise, and it reminds them that they're still crawling. They see you move forward, and it reminds them that they are stuck. They see you thrive, and it reminds them that their entire identity was built on illusion. So they lash out, they whisper, they gather in small circles, feeding off each other's insecurities, reassuring themselves that their jealousy is justified. But deep down, they know the truth. They know that no matter how much they try to discredit you, they cannot erase what is real. No lie, no slander, no act of deception can outlast a force that is ordained. But here's the part they never understood. You don't even have to fight them. You don't have to argue. You don't have to prove yourself. You don't have to lower yourself to their level. You simply exist, and that alone destroys them. A wildfire does not chase down those who fear it. It simply burns. A lion does not argue with sheep. It simply roars. And that's why they are panicking, because everything they sent out is returning. They thought they could manipulate the world without consequence. But karma is like gravity. It does not ask for permission. It simply corrects what is out of balance. Their own words are exposing them. Their own actions are isolating them. The very people they tried to turn against you, now turning against them. The universe never forgets a debt, and the payment is overdue. You might be wondering, why did they get away with it for so long? Why did it seem like the wicked always won? But that was never the full story. The snake always looks powerful before it swallows its own poison. The delay was never denial. It was just timing, because the truth is, they were never ahead of you. They were only running towards their own downfall. And now, you don't even need to lift a finger. Their own choices have sealed their fate. They are gasping, suffocating, losing control, not because of anything you did, but because the universe never allows corruption to stand for long. Look at them, struggling, breaking, trying to hold on to the power they built on lies. But the foundation is gone, and the moment the foundation crumbles, everything falls with it. So stand tall. Watch without reacting. Do not waste your energy explaining yourself to people who already know the truth, but refuse to accept it. The snake is already choking, and there is nothing you need to do but rise. Because, in the end, a chosen one does not chase enemies. A chosen one does not fight meaningless battles. A chosen one does not waste time proving themselves to those who were never in their league to begin with. And your enemies? They made their choices. Now they live with them. Number 2. The fire they set for you is now their own funeral pyre. A fool builds a fire to destroy another, forgetting that flames have no master. And when the wind turns, the first thing to burn is the one who struck the match. They thought they were untouchable, thought they could plot in secret, strike from the shadows, ignite chaos and walk away unscathed. They gathered in circles, whispered your name, poured gasoline on your reputation, and waited for the flames to consume you. They smirked as they watched the fire rise, certain that this time they had won. But fire doesn't play favorites. It doesn't obey the one who starts it. And now, the inferno they created is swallowing them whole. Their schemes have turned against them. Their lies are suffocating them. The very flames they sent to burn you down have become their own funeral pyre. They underestimated the nature of destruction. They thought they could set the fire and walk away untouched. They forgot that when you play with fire, you do not control where it spreads. It moves on its own, devouring everything in its path, including the hands that lit the match. Look at them now, panicked, scrambling, trying to control the chaos, trying to put out the very flames they unleashed. But it's too late. The damage is irreversible. Their own actions have turned against them. Their own hatred is consuming them. Their own hunger for your downfall has ensured their own. And you are untouched. The fire they set only purified you, only made you stronger, only cleared the path ahead. They thought they were burning you alive, but instead, they burned away everything that no longer served you. They freed you from the weight of their deception. They thought they were destroying your foundation, but all they did was remove the weak structures that were never meant to stand with you in the first place. Do you know why they attacked you in the first place? Because your light was too bright, and their egos were too fragile. Because they saw in you something they could never possess. People like them don't build, they burn. They destroy what they cannot have. They envy what they cannot match. They scheme against what they cannot understand. But the difference between you and them? You were made for the storm. You were built to endure. You didn't panic when the fire came. You walked through it. Every betrayal, every attack, every attempt to break you only forged you into something stronger. They wanted the fire to destroy you, but you became fire itself. Think about the greatest figures in history: Malcolm X, Joan of Arc, Nikola Tesla, Martin Luther King Jr. They all faced attacks, slander, betrayal. They all had enemies who tried to silence their light, to burn their existence down. But what happened? The fire only made their names immortal. Their enemies? Forgotten, buried in the ashes of their own failed attempts. That's what's happening now. Your enemies are watching their own destruction unfold, and there is nothing they can do to stop it. Every move they made against you is circling back. Every lie they told is now exposed. The respect they once demanded? Gone. The power they tried to hold over you crumbled. They wanted you to suffer, to be swallowed by the flames, but instead, they are the ones suffocating. And the best part, you don't have to do anything. You don't have to fight. You don't have to prove anything. Their own karma is dragging them under. They are watching their fake empire collapse, their illusions shatter, their once loyal allies scatter. Because no one wants to stand next to a burning house, they spent so much time setting fires that they never stopped to check where they were standing. And now, the ground beneath them is engulfed in flames. The same people who laughed at your struggle are now the ones struggling to hold themselves together. The same mouths that spread lies about you are now silent, not because they've changed, but because they are too busy trying to put out their own fire. You may have once asked yourself, why did they get away with it for so long? Why did it seem like their attacks had no consequences? But here's the truth. Fire doesn't burn instantly. It spreads slowly, building in intensity, consuming everything until there is nothing left but ruin. And that is exactly what is happening to them now. So do not waste your breath explaining yourself. Do not fight battles that the universe has already won for you. Your silence is the loudest victory. Your presence alone is enough to remind them of their failure. Because they know what's happening. They feel it. And the worst part for them, they know that no one is coming to save them. They started the fire. They fed it. They danced around it, thinking they were in control. And now, they are trapped in the very flames they created. And you walk away untouched, unshaken, unbothered, because a chosen one does not fear fire. A chosen one becomes it. Number 3. A fool laughs at the storm until it swallows them whole. A man who mocks the thunder does not hear the storm that's coming for him. By the time he realizes, the sky has already split open and there is nowhere left to run. They laughed. They mocked you, belittled you, convinced themselves that their actions had no consequences. They thought they could walk through life untouched, spitting in the face of truth, throwing dirt on your name, believing that their deception would stand forever. They mistook silence for weakness. They mistook your patience for defeat. But storms do not warn before they strike. The sky does not whisper before it unleashes its wrath. And now, the winds have shifted. The same storm they laughed at is swallowing them whole. Look at them now, grasping, panicking, trying to hold on to the false power they built. They thought they had outrun karma, but no one outruns a storm. The lies they stood on have collapsed beneath them. The illusions they clung to have been torn away. Everything they thought was permanent is being washed away, piece by piece, until there is nothing left but the wreckage of their own choices. And you are untouched, because you were never the one who had to prove anything. You didn't need to seek revenge. You didn't need to chase them down. The universe already had a plan. You simply stood firm, unshaken, while the storm they laughed at built its strength. And now, it's here. History repeats itself. How many times have the arrogant mocked the ones destined to rise? How many times have fools laughed at those who carried true power? They laughed at Galileo before they realized he was right. They mocked Nikola Tesla while stealing his ideas. They ridiculed visionaries, warriors, revolutionaries, until the truth came like a storm and wiped away their ignorance. That's what's happening now. The winds are shifting, the flood is rising, and the ones who mocked you are watching everything they held on to be stripped away. Their fake reputation, gone. Their false alliances, broken. The masks they wore, falling apart. And the worst part, they have nowhere to run. Because the thing about karma is, It doesn't stop until the balance is restored. It doesn't settle for a little lesson. It makes sure they feel every ounce of what they put into the world. That's why they're drowning now. That's why they're restless, losing sleep, looking over their shoulder, wondering why everything around them is falling apart. They thought they were untouchable. They thought they could betray, deceive, and destroy without consequence. But the universe does not forget. The debts they accumulated have come due, and there is no escaping the cost. They used to walk with confidence, thinking their schemes would last forever. Now, they are stumbling, desperate, watching everything slip through their fingers. And you might be wondering, why did it take so long? Why did they seem to get away with it for so long? Because storms don't form in an instant. They build. They gather strength. What seems like silence is simply the moment before the sky breaks open. And when it does, there is no stopping what is meant to come. That's why you don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to justify your existence to people who were never on your level to begin with. A king does not warn before he takes the throne. A tsunami does not ask permission to crash against the shore. And karma does not send invitations before it arrives. Let them scramble. Let them pretend they don't see the destruction unfolding in their lives. Let them act like they aren't afraid of what's coming next. But deep down, they know. They feel the shift. They feel the weight of everything they've done pressing against them, and they know this is only the beginning. Because when a fool mocks the storm, he believes he has control. He believes he can manipulate the winds, bend the lightning, escape the flood. But storms do not bow to arrogance, and by the time he realizes his mistake, the waves have already pulled him under. And you don't have to do anything but watch, because the storm that once seemed like a joke to them is now the only thing they can think about. And this time, it is not coming for you. It is coming for them. Number 4. You were their lesson, and they failed the test. The universe does not send warnings twice. The first is mercy, the second is judgment, and when fools ignore the lesson, they are left to learn through destruction. You weren't just another person in their life. You were the test. The universe placed you in their path as an opportunity, a final chance to change, to evolve, to choose a different road. You were the hand extended in patience, the light showing them the way out of their own darkness. But instead of learning, they chose arrogance. Instead of rising, they chose to fall. They mocked the very gift that could have saved them. They mistook your kindness for weakness, mistook your patience for naivety. They thought they could manipulate you, deceive you, break you down, and walk away victorious. But what they never realized is that this was never just about you. This was about them. Because the universe doesn't just give blessings, it gives tests. And what happens when someone repeatedly fails the same test? They are no longer given another chance. That is what's happening now. Their final grade is in, and the verdict is failure. Look at them, scrambling, falling apart, watching everything they once relied on collapse under the weight of their own choices. They thought they had time. They thought they could play both sides, take advantage of your presence, use your energy for their gain. But time has run out. The doors have closed, and there is no retest. They had the chance to stand with you, to grow with you, to elevate themselves through honesty, through integrity, through truth. But they chose betrayal, they chose envy, they chose destruction. And now, they will learn through suffering what they refuse to learn through wisdom. History has shown this time and time again. Judas was given a seat at the table. He chose silver over loyalty and met his own downfall. Brutus was given a place of trust. He chose deception and was swallowed by his own regrets. The universe does not punish immediately. It gives space for redemption. But when redemption is refused, what follows is unforgiving. You were their test, and they failed. They thought they were playing a game, thought they were the ones in control, thought their actions would have no consequences. But the universe keeps perfect score, and now it's time to collect it. They may not admit it out loud, but they feel it. The shift, the weight, the undeniable force of karma moving through their life. Everything they built on deception is crumbling. Every lie they told is unraveling. The same doors they slammed in your face, now locked against them. The same betrayal they laughed about, now returning in ways they never imagined. And the worst part, there is no escape. Because this is not punishment, it is correction. This is not revenge, it is justice. This is what happens when someone ignores every warning, when someone refuses to see the truth, when someone repeatedly chooses the wrong path, despite every chance to take the right one. And you don't have to do anything but watch, because you were never the one who needed to prove anything. You passed your test, you stayed true, you walked in integrity, even when surrounded by deception. And now, the universe is moving everything into place accordingly. So let them panic. Let them pretend like they don't see what's happening. Let them act like everything is fine. But deep down, they know. They know they were given a chance. They know they were sent a lesson. They know they ignored every warning. And now, the price must be paid. This is why you should never beg someone to see your value. Never lower yourself to prove your worth to those who choose blindness over truth. Because those who refuse to learn through wisdom will always be forced to learn through suffering. They were given a gift, the opportunity to grow alongside you, to stand beside you, to be elevated through you. But they threw it away. And now they will watch you rise while they fall. Not because you wished for their downfall, but because they ensured it themselves. Number 5. They wanted to bury you, but they dug their own graves. The fool who digs a grave for another always forgets he is standing in the dirt too. And when the ground gives way, the first to fall is the one holding the shovel. They thought they had the upper hand, thought they could bury you under their hate, their lies, their schemes. They gathered in secret, whispered in circles, threw dirt on your name, convinced that if they covered you deep enough, no one would remember your power. But they forgot one thing: seeds grow in the dark. They didn't realize that by burying you, they were only ensuring your rise. That every betrayal, every attempt to silence you, every obstacle they placed in your path was not a death sentence. It was soil. Soil for your strength, soil for your transformation, soil for your breakthrough. And now, you have risen, stronger, unshaken, unstoppable. And them, they are sinking into the very pit they dug. That's the thing about deception. It turns on its own master. They thought they could control the narrative, thought they could make you disappear, thought they could erase you. But they forgot that truth always outlasts lies. They forgot that power doesn't come from manipulation. It comes from resilience. They were so obsessed with burying you that they never stopped to ask, who will pull them out when the ground beneath them collapses? Because now, the hole they dug is swallowing them whole. This is not new. History is full of those who thought they could bury the ones destined to rise. The Roman Empire tried to silence the message of revolutionaries, but their words outlived empires. They tried to erase Harriet Tubman to keep her buried under oppression, but her legacy became a beacon. They thought they could break Nelson Mandela in a cell, but he walked out stronger than ever. And now, your enemies are learning the same lesson. Because you didn't just survive, you thrived. Every attack made you wiser, every lie made you sharper, every betrayal turned into armor. They thought they were suffocating you, but instead, they were forging something unbreakable. And now, their hands are dirty, their reputation is tainted, their name is stained with the very lies they created. They underestimated the power of a chosen one. They forgot that you do not crumble, you transform. They forgot that while they were busy digging your grave, you were learning how to build an empire. And the most ironic part, now they are the ones who are buried under their own envy, buried under the weight of their own deception, buried under the consequences of every action they thought they would get away with. And they have no one to blame but themselves. You might have once asked yourself, why did they do this? Why did they try so hard to destroy me? And now you have the answer. Because they feared your rise. They saw what you could become, and instead of elevating themselves, they tried to bury the competition. But a chosen one has no competition. So let them sink, let them struggle, let them try to escape what is already set in motion. Because this is not revenge, it is correction. The universe does not let betrayal go unanswered. The universe does not allow the wicked to prosper forever. What is buried in deceit will never stand. What is built on lies will always collapse. And that is exactly what is happening now. While you stand taller than ever, they are falling apart. While you move forward, they are stuck. While you walk in power, they are choking on the dust of their own destruction. And the best part, you did nothing but rise. So let them dig, let them scramble, let them learn the hard way that no one buries a chosen one, because a chosen one was never meant to stay in the ground. And them, they have already sealed their own fate. Number 6. A shadow cannot escape the sun, their darkness is exposed. The night believes it can last forever, until the first light of dawn. And in that moment, the darkness realizes it was never powerful, just temporary. They thrived in deception, lurking in the corners, whispering lies, hiding behind fake smiles and calculated manipulation. They moved like shadows, thinking they were untouchable, thinking they could remain unseen, that their actions would never come back to haunt them. But what they never understood is that a shadow only exists as long as the sun does not shine. And you are the sun. The moment you stepped fully into your power, they were exposed. Every false narrative they crafted, every web of lies they spun, every illusion they created crumbled under the weight of truth. Their masks fell, their pretenses shattered, and the people who once followed them blindly, now they see clearly. They are no longer feared, no longer respected, no longer powerful. They built their influence through secrecy, through deception, through convincing others that they held power. But true power is never hidden. True power does not lurk in the dark. True power stands in the open, unshaken, unafraid. That's why they hated you. That's why they tried so hard to silence you. Because your light was the one thing they could never manipulate. You didn't need deception. You didn't need tricks. You didn't need to pretend to be anything other than what you were. And that alone, it was enough to make them tremble. History has always exposed the ones who thought they could control the truth. Richard Nixon thought he could bury his lies, but the truth came like the rising sun. Bernie Madoff thought he could hide his deception, but when the light shined, his empire crumbled. Every dictator, every corrupt ruler, every fraudulent leader eventually faces the same fate: exposure. And now, your enemies are facing theirs. They thrived in darkness, but now there is nowhere left to hide. The people they fooled no longer believe in them. The allies they once controlled, walking away one by one, their carefully crafted lies, unraveling faster than they can keep up. Because darkness does not fight the sun, it simply disappears. And now, the same people who once stood by them are questioning everything. The same ones who once repeated their lies are seeing through the illusion. The same ones who once believed in their power are watching it slip through their fingers like dust. And here's the part they never saw coming. You never had to expose them. You simply had to exist. Your presence alone, your authenticity, your refusal to play their games was enough to destroy their entire foundation. Because that's the thing about shadows. They are not real. They are only the absence of light. And the moment light appears, they no longer exist. Look at them now, desperate, scrambling, trying to regain the control they once had. But it's too late. The truth is out, and the truth does not retreat. You might have once wondered, why did they get away with it for so long? Why did the world seem to believe their lies while you suffered in silence? But now you see the answer. Because the universe allows darkness to think it has won, just long enough for its own downfall to be complete. They were never truly winning. They were simply delaying the inevitable. And now, that inevitable has arrived. They thought they could manipulate the world into seeing them as something they are not. But the universe does not allow falsehood to reign forever. The moment always comes when the mask is ripped away, and what is left underneath is nothing. And you stand untouched. While they fight desperately to hold on to their fading illusion, you rise, unbothered, unstoppable, undeniable. Because the truth is this: they were never powerful. They were only hidden. And now they are exposed for exactly what they are. Let them struggle. Let them panic. Let them try to convince the world that the truth is not what it seems. It won't work. Because once the light has shined, there is no going back to darkness. And now, they are the ones disappearing. Number 7. They stole from you, and the universe took everything from them. A thief may run with stolen gold, but the weight of what is not theirs will always break their back. What was taken unjustly does not bless, it curses. They took from you without hesitation, your energy, your time, your trust. They drained you, thinking you would never notice, thinking that as long as they smiled in your face, you wouldn't see the knife in their hand. They stole your kindness and twisted it into weakness. They fed off your light because they had none of their own. But what they didn't understand is that the universe does not let theft go unanswered. Everything they took, now being stripped from them, every advantage they gained through deception, now turning to dust in their hands. The same time they wasted manipulating, scheming, taking without giving back. Now they are watching the clock run out on them. Because when you steal from someone who is truly chosen, you do not walk away victorious. You walk away cursed. They thought they were clever, thought they could get ahead by stepping on your back, thought they could take your power and claim it as their own. But power cannot be stolen. Influence cannot be built on lies. And what's taken unjustly does not multiply, it decays. Look at them now. They are losing everything. The very people they used to build themselves up, now turning against them. The fake alliances they relied on, cracking under pressure. The money, the status, the illusion of power they once flaunted, draining like water through open hands. Because what was taken will always be returned, but never to the thief. This is not an accident. This is the universal law in motion. What they built on dishonesty was never real to begin with, and now it is being stripped away piece by piece until there is nothing left but the truth. Think of history's greatest thieves, not just those who stole money, but those who stole ideas, time, energy, trust. Where are they now? Forgotten, disgraced, empty. They rose fast, but they fell faster, because nothing gained through deception ever lasts. Bernie Madoff stole billions, but died in prison. Benedict Arnold betrayed his country, and his name became a curse. Judas took silver, but lost his soul. Your enemies are learning this lesson now. They thought they were above consequences, that they could walk away untouched, that the things they stole would bring them success. But what they didn't realize is that when you take what does not belong to you, you inherit its burden, not its blessings. And now, that burden is crushing them. While you rise, they sink. While you heal, they break. While you move forward, they are stuck in the quicksand of their own greed, because they took from someone protected, someone ordained, someone the universe does not allow to be robbed without justice. And you never had to take anything back by force. You never had to fight to get what was stolen, because everything meant for you is returning, 10 times stronger, 10 times greater. What they took was just a fraction of what was coming to you. And now that the blockage is gone, now that their hands are too weak to hold on to what was never meant for them, the floodgates are opening. Your success will be louder than their theft. Your rise will be higher than their deceit. And their downfall, that will be the only lesson they remember. They will try to run, try to rebuild, try to regain what is slipping from their grasp. But there is no rebuilding a foundation built on theft. There is no reaping where you have sown deceit. There is no saving what was always destined to fall. So let them watch. Let them suffer the weight of their own choices. Let them understand, not through words, not through arguments, but through experience, what happens when you take from someone the universe refuses to forsake. Because while they are losing everything, you are gaining more than you ever imagined. And that is the real victory. Number 8. You stopped chasing, and now they are running for their lives. A hunter without a target becomes lost in the forest of their own making. The moment you walked away, they realized the real war was never about you losing. It was about them needing you to stay. They wanted you to fight, to argue, to beg, to prove yourself. They wanted you tangled in their web, wasting your energy trying to correct their lies, defend your name, or win their approval. They needed your reaction, because as long as you were chasing, they still had control. But then, you walked away, and that's when everything changed. They never expected that. They built their power off your attention, fed their ego off your energy, survived by knowing you were still watching, still reacting, still engaging in their games. But the moment you stopped, the moment you chose silence over conflict, the battlefield collapsed beneath them. Now, they are running from their own guilt, running from the consequences of their actions, running from the truth that your absence has forced them to face. Because what they never realized is that you were never the one who needed them. They needed you. They needed you to be there, to care, to fight back, because your presence made them feel important. Your reaction gave their existence meaning. And now, they are lost. That's the thing about people who thrive on manipulation. They don't actually want to win. They just want you to keep playing, because as long as you're in the game, they still have access to you. But when you refuse to engage, when you walk away without a second glance, they lose everything. They are haunted by your silence, by the fact that you no longer explain yourself, by the reality that your energy is no longer theirs to consume. They whisper your name, check your page, ask about you in quiet desperation, all while pretending they don't care. But deep down, they feel the emptiness, the void that only grows wider, because they never really hated you. What they hated was the power you had over them, the power to reflect their weaknesses, the power to move forward without them, the power to exist beyond their control. And now, that power is out of their reach. Think about it. How many times have you seen this pattern? People mistreating those they secretly depend on. Lovers who only realize your value once you've left. Friends who slander you, then watch from the shadows, wishing they still had a place in your world. Enemies who act like they despise you, but never stop keeping tabs on you. Because the truth is, you were never just another person to them. You were their source. And now that you've cut them off, they are suffocating on their own emptiness. This is why walking away is the most powerful thing you can do. Not fighting, not proving, not explaining, just walking. Because nothing destroys a manipulator faster than realizing they no longer matter. They see you thriving, they see you glowing in your peace, and it kills them. They expected you to break without them. Instead, you became unstoppable. They thought you needed their validation, their approval, their fake loyalty. Instead, you're moving forward, untouched, while they scramble to replace what they lost. And the best part, there is no replacement for you. You were the real one, the one who brought truth, power, and presence into the room, the one who had something they could never fake, authenticity. And now that you're gone, they are left with nothing but the echoes of what they destroyed. So let them run, let them chase shadows, let them drown in their own regrets, because this is not your battle anymore. They thought the war was about breaking you, but now they realize the real war was about you staying. And since you've left, they have already lost. Number 9. A broken mirror only reflects the one who shattered it. A shattered mirror cannot blame the reflection. The one who breaks it is the only one left to face the shards. They pointed at you, blamed you, painted you as the villain in a story they created. They twisted facts, spread lies, did everything in their power to convince the world, and maybe even themselves, that you were the problem. But the truth? They weren't fighting you. They were fighting their own reflection. And now, there is no one left to blame but the face staring back at them. That's the thing about people who refuse to heal. They don't want solutions. They want scapegoats. They can't handle their own insecurities, so they project them onto you. They can't stand their own weakness, so they try to make you feel small. They break themselves over and over, and instead of taking accountability, they lash out at anyone who dares to hold up a mirror. But mirrors don't lie. They only reflect. And now, with no one left to distort the truth, they are seeing themselves for the first time. The ugly parts, the bitterness, the desperation, the fact that the story they told themselves, the one where you were the villain and they were the victim, was a lie all along. They wanted to believe that tearing you down would lift them up. But destruction is not the same as elevation. They thought that if they could throw enough dirt on your name, their own flaws would disappear. But dirt doesn't erase the cracks in a broken foundation. It only hides them for a while. And now, everything they covered up is being exposed. Look at history. How many times have the weak tried to destroy the strong, only to crumble under their own weight? Look at how they treated Malcolm X, only for his words to echo long after his enemies were forgotten. Look at the way people demonized leaders, visionaries, revolutionaries, only for time to prove that the true villains were the ones throwing stones. And now, your enemies are learning that lesson, because their accusations were never about you. They were about them. Their bitterness was never a reflection of your character. It was a reflection of their own. They didn't hate you for what you did. They hated you for exposing what they lacked. And now, they are left with nothing but the broken pieces of the image they tried to protect. They are watching their lies crumble, their fake alliances dissolve, their power slip away, not because you fought back, not because you sought revenge, but because truth always outlives deception. This is why you never needed to defend yourself. A mirror does not argue with the one who breaks it. You didn't need to explain. You didn't need to justify. All you had to do was walk away. And now, they are trapped in the very prison they built for you. Because karma isn't just about punishment, it's about correction. The energy they sent out has come full circle. Every false word they spoke is now a weight around their own neck. Every betrayal they justified is now an anchor pulling them under. The image they tried so hard to maintain is cracking, and this time there's no one left to fix it for them. So let them stare into their own broken reflection. Let them sit in the silence they once feared. Let them realize it was never you. It was always them. Because in the end, a shattered mirror can only reflect the one who shattered it. And the one who lives in lies will always be haunted by the truth. Number 10. A fake throne will always collapse under its own weight. Power built on lies is just borrowed time, and when the debt comes due, the throne they sat on will become the wreckage they're buried under. They wanted to be kings. They wanted power, control, influence, but they didn't earn it. They didn't build it with truth, with integrity, with the strength that lasts. They took shortcuts. They manipulated. They deceived. They stepped on the very people who could have lifted them higher. And now, their kingdom is nothing but an illusion, one that is collapsing faster than they ever imagined. They sat on a throne of deception, thinking they had won. But a throne built on lies does not hold weight. It rots from the inside. It may look solid for a while. It may fool people into thinking it's made of gold. But eventually, the cracks show. And once those cracks appear, the fall is inevitable. And that's exactly what's happening now. Their empire is crumbling, and there is nothing they can do to stop it. Because true power cannot be stolen. It cannot be faked. It cannot be maintained by illusion. A real king does not need to manipulate. He leads. A real leader does not rely on deceit. He builds with truth. That's the difference between you and them. You never needed to lie to rise. You never needed to betray to gain. Everything you have, you earned. And that's why you are still standing while they are falling apart. History has proven this time and time again. How many false rulers have been exposed? How many empires have collapsed because they were built on nothing but greed and deception? Napoleon thought he was untouchable until he was exiled to die alone. The Roman emperors believed their rule would last forever, until corruption tore their empire apart from the inside. Fake thrones don't stand the test of time. They collapse under their own weight. And your enemies? They are learning that lesson the hard way. Look at them, desperate, panicking, trying to hold on to power they never truly had. Their lies are unraveling. Their alliances are breaking. Their influence is fading. The same people who once praised them are now turning away. The ones who followed them are now realizing they were misled. Because people only follow deception for so long, eventually the truth comes out. And when it does, the empire they built turns to dust. You once wondered why they seemed to be winning. Why did they have power when all they did was deceive? Why did people believe them? Why did they seem untouchable? But now you see, they were never truly in control. They were just living on borrowed time. Because the universe never allows false power to last. What is built on deception will always be exposed. What is stolen will always be returned. What is held together by manipulation will always fall apart. And you don't have to lift a single finger. Their destruction is already in motion. The same throne they sat on, the same illusion they created, is now the very thing that is destroying them. They thought you were beneath them, thought they could rule over you, silence you, make you doubt your own worth. But they forgot. A real king does not compete with pretenders. A real throne is not given, it is earned. And now you rise untouched while they sink into their own ruin. Let them scramble. Let them try to fix what cannot be fixed. Let them grasp at a kingdom that no longer exists. Because the moment the foundation of their power was exposed as false, the fall was already decided. And the irony, they did this to themselves. They betrayed their way to the top, and now they are being betrayed. They built their power off deception, and now the truth is tearing it down. They thought they were kings, but a crown made of lies holds no weight. And you are still standing. You are still rising, because your power was never built on illusion. You didn't have to lie to be respected. You didn't have to betray to be powerful. You earned your place, and that's why no one can take it from you. So let them fall. Let them learn. Let them watch as everything they once controlled turns to nothing. Because a fake throne will always collapse under its own weight. And when it does, the ones who built it will be buried in its ruins. Number 11. They prayed for your downfall. Now they pray for survival. The curse you send out always finds its way home. You cannot throw stones and expect not to get hit when the ground shifts beneath your feet. They wanted to see you fall. They spoke your name in secret, hoping it would be tied to failure. They watched you from a distance, waiting for your downfall like scavengers circling prey. They whispered curses, spread lies, celebrated your struggles, thinking they could will your destruction into existence. But what they never understood is that energy does not disappear. It returns to its sender. And now, it's their turn. Look at them, restless, desperate, losing sleep, losing control, watching everything slip through their fingers. The same mouths that used to laugh at you are now too dry to speak. The same hands that tried to pull you down are now trembling, reaching for help that will never come. Because when you wish destruction on someone who is protected, you sign your own fate. The universe is not blind. It does not ignore balance. What they sent your way, the jealousy, the deceit, the curses, they thought it was gone. They thought they got away with it. But karma moves in silence. And now, the storm they prayed would drown you has changed direction. They are confused, scared, wondering why everything is falling apart. They look at their lives and see nothing but chaos, failed plans, broken alliances, shattered illusions. But deep down, they know. They know exactly why this is happening. They know they are reaping what they sowed. Because when you dig a hole for someone else, you always forget you're standing in the dirt too. They thought they were powerful when they gathered against you. They thought their words had weight, their actions had control. But power built on deception is a house of cards. And now, the wind has arrived. And here you are, still standing, stronger, untouched, watching as everything they built with lies collapses around them. Because you never needed to fight them. They fought themselves. They never realized that your protection was never physical, it was divine. They were not battling you, they were battling the force that chose you, and no one wins against the universe. History has proven this time and time again. The ones who move in darkness always meet their end in the light. They mocked Noah until the flood came. They cheered when Jesus was crucified, but his name became eternal. They ridiculed great leaders, prophets, visionaries, only to realize too late. The one they tried to destroy was the one meant to rise. And now you rise while they fall. You glow while they wither. They are losing everything, not because you wished it on them, but because they wished it on you. And you might ask yourself, why did the universe wait so long? Why did they seem to prosper while you suffered? Because patience is not weakness. A tree does not fall the moment its roots begin to rot. But when it collapses, it does not stand again. That's what is happening now. Everything they took, they are now losing. Every scheme they ran is now turning on them. The poison they spread is now in their own lungs. And they have no one to blame but themselves. They wanted you broken. Now, they are the ones breaking. They wanted you to lose everything. Now, their own lives are falling apart. And the worst part? You have done nothing. You didn't have to retaliate. You didn't have to chase revenge. You simply stayed on your path, and the universe did the rest. That is the power of being chosen. Your enemies destroy themselves trying to destroy you. So now, let them pray. Let them beg for relief. Let them look around in confusion, trying to understand why everything is turning against them. Because the answer is simple. They got exactly what they wanted for you. Only now, they are the ones who have to live with it. Number 12. The universe keeps perfect score, and the debt is being collected. The bill always comes due, and karma is the collector. You can cheat people, you can cheat the system, but you can never cheat the balance of the universe. Every debt must be paid in full. They thought they got away with it, thought they could lie, betray, manipulate, and walk away untouched. They moved recklessly, convinced that consequences were myths, that the universe had overlooked their crimes, that their actions would never catch up to them. They laughed, thinking they had won, but what they never realized is that the universe, it keeps perfect score. Every word spoken in deception counted. Every knife they twisted into someone's back recorded. Every time they took what wasn't theirs, lied to those who trusted them, played with people's hearts and minds, tracked. And now, their debt is due. You see, karma does not rush. It moves in precision. It does not strike when they expect it. It strikes when they think they've won. It waits until they are comfortable, until they believe they are invincible, until they have built their false empire so high that when it all collapses, they will feel every single inch of the fall. That's where they are now, watching the walls close in, watching the doors they used to walk through slam shut, watching the very people they manipulated turn their backs. They thought they were ahead. Now they are running in circles, trying to escape a fate they set in motion themselves. But there is no escape, because the universe does not forget. It does not let injustice go unanswered. It simply waits for the right moment to restore balance. And when that moment comes, there is nowhere left to hide. Look at them, scrambling, losing sleep, drowning in the consequences of their own actions. They are haunted by the weight of what they've done, by the silence that surrounds them, by the truth that is no longer willing to stay buried. Because here's the secret they never understood. Karma does not punish. It teaches. It is not here to be cruel. It is here to correct. And the more they resist, the harsher the lesson becomes. Think about it. How many times have you seen the ones who move in dishonesty fall when they least expect it? How many times have you witnessed those who built their success on lies watch it all collapse before their eyes? It happens every single time. Because what is built on deception cannot last. Ponzi schemes always implode. Corrupt leaders always fall. Betrayers always end up alone. The world is filled with the remnants of those who believed they were too clever to face consequences. They all thought they were untouchable until the universe proved otherwise. And now, the same is happening to them. While they were busy playing games, they never realized they were setting themselves up for failure. Every move they made against you was never just against you. It was against the balance of the universe itself. And the universe does not lose. They thought they could take without giving back, thought they could hurt without ever being hurt, thought they could move without ever being held accountable. But the cycle is complete now, and you don't have to do a thing. You don't have to lift a finger. You don't have to seek revenge. The universe is already handling them. You were never meant to fight this battle. The system was always going to handle its own corrections. That's why you are rising while they are falling. Why you are at peace while they are restless. Why you are moving forward while they are trapped in the past, suffocating under the weight of their own choices. So let them panic. Let them act like they don't see it happening. Let them pretend they aren't falling apart. But deep down, they know the bill has come due. And the universe, it never forgets a debt. So, chosen one, listen. You do not need to fight. You do not need to seek revenge. The weight of their own actions is crushing them. You were never their punishment. Their own choices were. The war was won the moment you walked away, the moment you chose peace over chaos. Now, let karma do what it does best. So make sure to like, subscribe, and drop the number 777 in the comments if you know their downfall is inevitable. This is the reckoning. This is the shift. This is their end and your rise.